So that's why I support this, and I think it's fair. Appreciate the time. Thanks.
Thank you very much. John, good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My name is John Flaherty with Grossmart, Rhode Island. I think it's interesting that we've all gotten such good practice over the last few years that we're all condensing our testimony very succinctly. I have three unique points to raise with you. Number one has to do with the general fund. The bill calls for transfer of existing registration fees out of the general fund. And while we recognize that that's a major challenge for this committee, we also believe that there's strong support for taking transportation user fees and actually applying them to transportation. That was point number one. Point number two, we do believe that this is a fiscally responsible way to address our unfunded transportation liability. I would even draw your attention to a report published 10 years ago by RIPEC. And the point that I wanted to make from that is it, quote, said, RIPTA will face annual service reductions unless a multi-year fiscal get-well plan is adopted and implemented. To further diversify RIPTA's revenue base, it is also suggested that a portion of the revenue collected from motor vehicle registration and driver license fees be earmarked for mass transit. That's exactly what this bill does. That was point number two. Point number three, I'll borrow from a phrase we often hear from our own state DOT director, Michael Lewis. Transportation only works when it works as a system. A good transit system gives Rhode Island a competitive advantage. It gives us a competitive advantage for the types of young startup companies that you read about in the front page of the Providence Journal this past Sunday. It also contributes to revitalized urban and town centers. And it contributes to a whole that is greater than the sum of the parts. Thank you very much. We hope you support this bill.
Thank you very much for your testimony. No questions from the committee. Thank you for the... Elizabeth McDonegal, Trevor Culhane.